Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys about prepayment. We'll understand what prepayment really is and the accounting concepts and principles that support the treatment of prepayment within our books. I'll also go ahead to give you guys a simple example of how to account for prepayment practically. So if this video interests you, keep watching and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video to your loved ones. So first of all, let's understand what prepayment really is. Prepayments are those payments that you made in advance for the purchase of goods and services. Examples can be insurance, rent paid in advance, electricity paid in advance. All of these items are prepayments, and we also know that prepayment is an asset rather than an expense. So what are the accounting concepts and principles that underpins the treatment of prepayment within our books? The first one that comes to mind is accrual principle. This principle requires that you account for transactions when it occurs, not really when money exchanges hands. The other principles that comes to mind is the matching concept. This concept requires that you match revenue and expense in the period to which it relates. So these are the accounting concepts and principles that underpins the treatment of prepayments within our books. What are the examples of prepayments? Examples of prepayments can be an insurance, it can be rent paid in advance, it can be electricity bill paid in advance. Okay, all of these items are expenses to a business. However, you are not allowed to account for it as an expense until you have fully utilized all the benefits for the period to which it relates. For instance, in the first month that you purchase the insurance, you account for it as an asset. At the beginning of the next month, then you can now say, I have fully utilized all the benefits. Now I can now expense this, right? So until you have fully utilized it, you must account for prepayment as an asset. So now we're going to go ahead to see the practical aspects of prepayment, how this should be accounted for within our books. So this practical aspect is going to be beneficial to those that visualize their learning. There are people that are very good in learning by seeing rather than just hearing someone speak, okay? Let's go ahead and prepare a simple example of prepayments and how it is usually accounted for within the book. So let me give you guys a simple example about prepayments and how it is accounted for. Let's say, for instance, that we purchased insurance that costs £1,800, and we purchased this on the 1st of January 2025. And this insurance will have to last us for 12 months. It's a 12 months insurance, okay? It's a 12 months insurance contract. So how do we account for this on the 1st of January that we purchased this insurance? We already established that prepayment is an asset. It is not yet an expense, although we have paid that amount, okay? Still, it is not an expense yet. It is said to be an asset. So prepayment is an asset. So on the 1st of January, we have to account for this because it's left the business bank account. So what do? We open prepayment account. Here is debit, here is credit. So we're going to be generalizing this and applying the double entry system of bookkeeping. So we've opened prepayment account. Another account that should be open is bank because we paid from our bank. So on 1st of January 2025, we have to debit prepayments 1,800. And because we debited, we have to credit our bank. We have to credit our bank. Here is debit. So because we debited the prepayment, we have to credit our bank because it is leaving our bank account, the same amount. So the accounting principle or the double entry principle states that every debit entry must have a corresponding credit entry. So they are both equal. So we have accounted for this as a prepayment, an asset rather than an expense. So when do we now account for this as an expense? Because of course insurance is an expense to any business. We recorded this on the 1st of January. So by 31st of January, we should have fully utilized the first month. Remember that this is a 12 months okay, 12 months insurance payments, okay. So by 31st of January, okay, we should have fully utilized the first month, okay. So what to do is to divide 1,800 by 12. It's going to give you 150. It's going to give you 150 per month. So by the end of January, you should be recognizing 150 as your insurance expense. And therefore, you have to open, okay, another account called insurance expense, right? We debit here, we credit here. So by 31st of January, we have fully utilized all the benefits for the month of January. Remember, you are only allowed to account for it as an expense when you have fully utilized the benefit. So by 31st of January, we have to account for this as an expense because we have fully utilized all the benefits. Hence, we have to record it 31st Jan 150 for the first month, okay? Now, we have to now adjust our prepayment account, okay? 31st Jan 150. So by the end of 31st of January, you should do what? You should adjust your prepayment account to know the carrying amount that you have to carry forward to the next month. So let us balance it up. Here, 1,800, 1,800, balance carried down, balance BD, okay? So what is the difference between 1,800 and 150? It should be 1,650, 1,650. And we'll bring this down here, 1,650. Right. So by 1st of Feb 2025, okay, our carrying amount for prepayment is 1,650, okay. So this should be the opening balance of prepayment, right, by 1st of February, okay. So this is a simple way to account for prepayments within your books. When we purchased this insurance, we recorded the whole amount as 1,800, and 1,800 was credited in our bank because it's left our account, okay. And then we waited until 31st of Jan before we can now account for the first month when we have fully utilized the benefits. So we opened another account called insurance expense. We debited it as an expense, and we also credited it in our prepayment account as an expense just to reduce the amount that we have expensed out, right? So we closed our book for the month. So the 1st of February, which is another month, okay, our carrying amount for prepayments is 1,650. So this is how you're going to continue adjusting your prepayment account until you are fully utilized for the whole of the 12 months period. Then you can now say, yes, I have fully expensed all the prepayments out. So I hope this is clear on how to account for prepayment within your book. We have come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning prepayment accounts with me. If you did, give me a like. That is how I'll get to know that you enjoyed watching this video. Leave me a like, leave a comment. If you have any question, drop the question down in the comment section and I will do well to respond to you. Until I see you again, thank you so much. Bye for now.